Good morning, everybody. Now we discuss Block Third Medieval Tradition of Historiography, Medieval Indian Historiography, Sultanate, and Mughal period. First of all, we see local history. Local history played a crucial role in the historiography of medieval India, providing detailed account of specific regions, cities, and communities. These history offer a more localized, prescribed, and historian development, completing the border narrative provides the chronicle and annals of the central empires. Local historical document the political, social, and cultural dynasties of specific areas, highlighting the contribution and achievement of local rulers, communities, and institutions. One of the significant aspects of local history is their focus on regional dynasties and their interaction with the central power. For example, the Rajput kingdom of Rajasthan and Deccan Sultanate and the region state of South India each have their own graphical tradition that document their unique stories. These local histories provide insight in the political alliance, conflict, and cultural exchanges between regional and central power. The historical chronicle of Rajput kingdom, such as Rajasthan Darbar, offer detailed genealogies and account of exploit of Rajput. Similar, the chronicles of Deccan Rajputs Sultanate, such as Farista, provide comprehensive account of the political and military affairs of the Bahmani Sultanate and its successor. In South India, the historical writings of the Vijayanagar Empire include works like Amatya, Document and Administration, cultural and military achievement of the empire. Local history also provide valuable insight into the culture and social life of specific region. They document the patronage of temple and constructs of architectural movements and the promotion of regional arts and literature. For instance, the Chola dynasty in South India is renowned for its contribution to attempt architecture and sculpture. As document is inscription and historical text, these local histories highlighted the regional variation in cultural practice and artist achievement, enrich our understanding the diverse cultural landscape of medieval India. The interaction between different religion communities with specific region are another important aspect of local histories. These historians often document and existence and interaction between Hindu, Muslim, Jain, and Buddhist communities provide a more nuanced understanding the social dynamics of the time. For example, the historical accounts of the Malabar coast document the interaction between the local Hindu population and the Muslim traders and settlers, highlight the region role as the center of trade and cultural exchange. The use of regional language in local historian is another significant features. While Persian was the dominant language of historiography in Central Empire, regional historiographies were often written in local language such as Sanskrit, Telugu, Kannada, Tamil, and Marathi. These regional texts provide valuable insight into the local culture and tradition, reflect the linguistic diversity of the subcontinent, the methodology of employed in writing. Local histories involve the collection or completion of information from various sources, including inscriptions, temple records, oral tradition, and personal observation. Historians often rely on local source of information such as temple inscription and records of local institution to document the histories of a specific region. The uh, preservation and transmission of local histories were crucial for the continuity to regional historiographical tradition. These works more often copy and circulate among scholars and scribes, ensuring the survival and accessibility for future generation. Many of these historians' texts have been preserved in various manuscripts and are housed in regional libraries and archived today. In summary, local histories played a vital role in the historiography of medieval India, providing detailed and localized account of special regions, cities, and communities. They complement the broader narratives of the Central Empire, offering insight into the regional variation in political, social, cultural development. The study of local histories is essential for comprehensive understanding of the diverse and multifaceted history of medieval India. Now we see historiography of conquest. The historiography of conquest is a prominent theme in medieval Indian historiography, particularly during the Sultanate and Mughal period. The documentation of military campaign, battle, and conquest was central to the historical narratives of the time, reflecting the importance of warfare and traditional expansion in the political landscape of medieval India. One of the key features of historiography of conquest is the detailed and systematic documentation of military campaign and battles. Historians provide comprehensive account of the strategic tactics and outcome of various conquests, highlights the achievement and failure of rulers and military commanders. These accounts often include inscriptions and description of the logistic troops movements and weaponry used the battle, providing valuable insight into the military practices and time. Notable example of the historiographical work and documents conquest include Yaudin Barni, Tariq-e-Firoz Shahi, which provide detailed account of military campaign of Delhi Sultanate, Abul Fazl Akbarnama, which document conquest the military exploit the Emperor Akbar, the Baburnama. The memories of Babar also provide first-hand accounts of his conquest in India, include the decisive battle of Panipat and mark the beginning of the Mughal Empire. The portrayal of rulers and military commander as the heroic and valiant figure in another important aspect of historical and conquest. Historians often emphasize the bravery, strategy, and leadership qualities of ruler and commander, highlight their contribution to the expansion and consolidation of their empire. This port royal served the legitimate the authority of rulers and enhance their prestige, contribution to the construction of their image and legacy. The religious and ideology dimension of conquest were also significant themes in historiography. Historians often depicted conquest as a part of divine mission to separate and defend Islam, emphasize the religion motivation and justification for warfare. This is evident of works of historians like Varni, who portrayed the military campaign of the Delhi Sultanate as effort of establish and protect Islam in India. The impact of conquest on the political and administrative landscape is another important aspect of historiography. Historians document the change in governance, administration, and territorial organization resulting from conquest. The provide they provide detailed account of the establishment of new administration unit and appointment of governor and official and implementation of policies to consolidate control over conquered territories. The culture and social impact of conquest was also a significant theme. Historians document the interaction and exchange between different culture and religious communities resulting from conquest. They provided insight into the integration and conquered region into the empire, the assimilation of local tradition and the promotion of culture and religious diversity. The literary style of historiography conquest varied with some historians adopting the straightforward and factual approach, while other employed a more literary and historical style. The use of poet language, metaphor, and historical device enriched the narrative, making an account with informative and engaging the preservation and transmission of historiography works and document conquest were crucial for the community historical knowledge. These works were often copied and circulated among scholars and scribes, ensuring their survival and accessibility for future generations. Many of these historical texts and have been preserved in various manuscripts and are house uh, libraries and archives today. In summary, the historiography for conquest is a central theme in medieval Indian history, provide detailed and systematic account of military campaign, battle, and territory expansion. It highlights the achievement and failures of rulers and military commanders, the religious and ideology dimension of warfare, and the impact of conquest of political culture and social landscape. The study of this theme is essential for understanding the complexity of medieval Indian history and the historiographical tradition of the Sultanate and Mughal period. Now we discuss about administration and governance. The documentation of administration and governance is a critical aspect of medieval Indian historiography, particularly during the Sultanate and Mughal period. Historians provide detailed account of the administrative structure, policies, and practices of the rulers, offering valuable insight into the functioning of the state and the principle of governance. One of the main feature of historiography of administration and governance in the comprehensive or documentation of administration organization. Historians provide detailed description of the various department and office and constitute the administrative machinery of the state. The document of role and responsibility of official and procedure for tax collection and revenue administration and organization of the military and the judicial system. Notable example of historiographical work that focus on administration and the governance include Abul Fazl Aine Akbari, which provide an executive account of the administration system, and Mughal Empire. Aine Akbari is divided into three volumes covering the administration, organization, and the revenue system and the social culture aspect of the empire. It provides detailed description of the role and responsibility of officials, the procedure for tax assessment and collection, and the organization of the military and judiciary. The revenue administration was the particularly important aspect of governance and the administration. Historians provide detailed account of revenue system and its implementation. The documented the method of land assessment and classification of land, the rates of taxation, and the procedure of for tax collection and revenue system based on the system. Assessment of agriculture production was a main source of income for the state and played a crucial role in maintaining the economic stability of the empire. The documentation of legal and judicial administration is another significant aspect of historiography. Historians provide detailed description and judicial system, including the rules and responsibility for judge and the procedure for the administration of justice. They documented the implementation of Islamic law and its application, resolving legal dispute. The integration of local custom and tradition into the legal system was also an important aspect of judicial administration. The principle of governance and statecraft was central themes in historiography. Historians engage deeply with the ethical and moral dimension of governance, offering critical and reflection on the conduct of ruler and the principle of just and effective governance. Work like Jihadun Barmani, Fateh Jahadari, and Abdul Fazl Akbarnama discuss the responsibility of rulers and principle of justice, morality, and ethical governance, the impact of administrative policy on the socio-economic condition and population was another important aspect of historiography. Historians document and implementation of policies related to agriculture, trade, and commerce, providing insight into the economic activities of the time. They also documented the construction of infrastructure such as road, canals, and irrigation system, which played a crucial role in promoting economic development and improving the welfare of the population. The literary style and historical skill of historians are important aspect of their work. Many historians were accomplished writers, and their historical writings often combine factual reporting and literary elegance and use of the poet, language, metaphor, and historical devices. Enrich their narratives, making their works with informating and engaging the presentation and the transmission of historiography works at the document administration and governance. They were crucial for the community and historical knowledge. These works were often copied and crucial circulate among the scholar and scribe, ensuring their survival and accessible for future generation. Many of these historical texts have been preserved in various manuscripts and are housed in libraries and archives today. In summary, the documentation of administration and governance is a crucial aspect of medieval Indian historiography, providing detailed account of the administrative structure, policies, and practices of their rulers. It offers valuable insight into the functioning of the state, the principle of governance, and the impact of the administrative policies on the socio-economic condition and the population. The study of this theme is essential for understanding the complexity of the medieval Indian history and the historiography tradition of the Sultanate and Mughal period. Now we see socio-economic historiography. The historiography of socio-economic condition is medieval India, provide a comprehensive view of social and economic structure, practices and development during the Sultanate and Mughal period. Historians document various aspects of daily life, including the social hierarchy, economic activities, and cultural practices, offering valuable insight into the functional and medieval Indian society. One of the main features of socio-economic historiography is the documentation of social structure and hierarchy. Historiography historians historians provide detailed account of the different social classes and groups, their rules of responsibility, and their interaction with one another. The social hierarchy was often based on factors such as the occupation, religion, and ethnicity, with the ruling elite, the nobility occupying the highest position, followed by the merchant and artisan classes and the peasantry at the bottom. The caste system also played a significant role in the shaping social relations, particularly in the Hindu communities, and documentation of economic activities is another important aspect of socio-economic historiography. Historians provide detailed descriptions and agriculture, trade and commerce, highlight the economic foundation of the state and the livelihood of population. Agriculture was the primary income activity, and historian document the method of cultivation, types of crop growing, and the organization of a rural life. The revenue system based on land assessment and taxation was a main aspect of economic administration, and historians provide detailed account of the procedure of tax collection and the rates of taxation. Rate, trade, the commerce, trade and commerce were also significant economic activities, and historians document the organize the market, trade, goods and commerce practices, and establish of trade network both within the Indian subcontinent and with foreign region, played a crucial role in promoting economic prosperity, and Mughal period in particularly saw the flourish and trade and commerce, with cities like Delhi, Agra, Lahore becoming important commercial center. The cultural practices and daily life, the population were also important themes in socio-economic history. Historians document various aspects of cultural life, include festival, religious practices, and social customs. They provide insight into the art, architecture, and literature of the time, highlight the cultural achievement of period, the patterns of art, literature by the ruling elite played a significant role in promoting cultural development and interaction and an exchange between different culture and religious communities were. Another important aspect of socio-economic historiography, historians document the coexistence and interaction between Hindu, Muslim, Jain, and Buddhist communities, provide a knowledge understanding of social dynamic of the time. The Mughal period is particular Persian, Indian, and Islamic tradition merged, reflecting the diverse culture landscape of medieval India. The methodology employed in socio-economic historiography involved the collection of combination of information from various sources, including official record, inscription, literary works, and personal observation. Historians often relied a primary source such as revenue records and trade documents to provide detailed and accurate account of socio-economic condition. The literary style of socio-economic historical varied with some historians adopting a strength-forward and factual approach, while others employed a more literary and historical style, such of the poet language, metaphor, and historical devices enrich the narrative, making the accounts both information and engaging the preservation and the transmission of historical works and documents. Socioeconomic conditions were crucial for the continuity of historical knowledge. These works are often copied, circulate among the scholar and scribes, ensuring their survival and accessibility of future generation. Many of these historical texts have been preserved a various manuscripts and are housed in libraries and archives today. In summary, the historiography of socio-economic condition in medieval India provide a comprehensive view of social economic structure, practices, and development during the Sultanate or Mughal period. It offers valuable insight into the functional of medieval Indian society, the economic foundation of the state, and the cultural practices of the population. The study of this theme is essential for understanding the complexity of medieval Indian history and the historiography tradition of the Sultanate and Mughal period. Now we see cultural historiography. Cultural historiography is medieval Indian encompasses the rich and diverse cultural development and took place during the Sultanate and Mughal period. Historians document various aspects of cultural life, including art, architecture, literature, music, and religious practices, offering valuable insight into the cultural achievement and influence of the time. One of the main features of cultural historiography is the documentation of artist and architectural achievement, and Sultan and Mughal periods are renowned for their contribution to architecture with the construction of monumental buildings such as mosque, palace, fort, and tomb. Historians provide detailed description of these architectural marvels, highlights, and design construction techniques and symbolic significance. Notable example including the Qutub Minar and Alai Darwaja from the Sultanate period, and the Taj Mahal, Red Fort, and Fatehpur Sikri the Mughal period. These works reflect the synthesis of Persian, Islamic, and Indian architecture style, creating a unique and enduring architectural heritage. The patronage of literature or poetry was another significant aspect of cultural historiography. Historians document the literary activities of the period, highlight the works of poetry writers and scholars who contribute to the rich literary tradition of medieval India. Persian was the dominant literary language, and the numerous works of poetry, prose, and scholarly writing were uh, produced in Persian. The Mughal emperor in particular were great patron literature and their courts become center of literary and intellectual activity. Work like the Akbarnama and Aine Akbari by Abul Fazl and the poetry Amir Khasru are notable example of the literary achievement of the time. The documentation of music and performing arts of another important aspect of cultural historiography. Historians provide insight into the musical tradition of the period, highlight the patronage or Muslim and contribution of the musician of the Mughal court. In particular, it was the major center of musical activity, and emperor like Akbar and Jahangir also for the patronage of music and integration of Persian and Indian musical tradition led to the development of unique music forms and genres enrich the cultural landscape of the time. Religious practices and festival were also inside themes in cultural historiography. Historians document the religious activities of the period, including the construction of mosques, temples, and other religious structure, the patronage of religious scholar, and the observation of religious festival. The interaction between different religious communities, including Hindu, Muslim, Jain, Buddhist, were also documented, reflecting the diverse and syncretic nature of medieval Indian society. The documentation of social custom and daily life is another important aspect of cultural historiography. Historians provide detailed description of social custom, clothing, food, the, and the additional activities of the period, offering valuable insight into the daily life of pupil. The depiction of court life, including the ceremonies and the activities of the ruling elites, is particularly notable. The methodology employed in cultural historiography involved the collection and completion of the information from various sources, including literary works, inscription, personal observation, and oral tradition. Historians often reply the primary source, such as contemporary literature and artist works, to provide detailed and accurate account of a cultural development. The literary style of cultural historiography varied, with some historians adopting a straightforward and factual approach, while others employed a more literary and historical style. The use of poetic language, metaphor, and historical devices enrich the narrative, making the accounts both informative and engaging. The preservation and the transmission of historical works at document cultural development were crucial for the continuity of the historical knowledge. These works were often copied and circulated among scholars and the scribes, ensuring their survival and accessibility for future generations. Many of these historical texts have been preserved in various manuscripts and are housed in libraries and archives today. In summary, cultural historiography is medieval Indian provides a comprehensive view of the rich and diverse cultural development and took place during the Sultanate and Mughal period. It offers valuable insight into the architecture, literature, music, and religious achievement of the time, reflecting the synthesis of Persian, Islamic, and Indian culture tradition. The study of this theme is essential for understanding the complexity of medieval Indian history and the historiography tradition of the Sultanate and Mughal period. Thank you.